Hello everyone and welcome back to Simulated TC. We are here at Autopolis for race number 2 of event number 9. We are getting oh so close to the end of the season, just 5 races remaining including today's event, so we are getting very close indeed. Not many points are available at this stage of the season. After this race there will only be a further 80 points available in this season. So the championship is beginning to lose more and more contenders with each race that goes by, and that will be the case again after this one. Crucially though, there is still a relatively close fight at the top of the standings. Adrian Tishy leading the way still ahead of Ian Henwood and Scott Sandever. They are our 3 main contenders, especially when you look at where they're all lined up on the grid for this event. It seems like they will be the main contenders when we go to the final event of the season at Interlagos, but it is Adrian Tishy with a relatively comfortable margin at the moment. We will need to see some drama, perhaps, some misfortune go the way of Adrian Tishy, and some fortune certainly go the way of Sandever or Henwood for this championship to go all the way to the final race of the season, just like it did a season ago when, of course, we saw Adam Richardson take the championship. So it's possible we'll see a champion crowned earlier this season than we did last, but we still have plenty of chances for things to change in this title fight, and as we've seen so far across this season, and of course the previous one, anything can happen in this series. So I hope you're all ready then for race number 2. It is the same driver starting on pole as it was in race number 1. Will it be the same outcome? Let's have a look at how they line up for this race. Starting at the very back of the field then, it is the BMW of Elmarie Sarlo. He lines up on the hard compound tyres. Ahead of him, after a mistake in race number 1, it is Aston Lewis. He's going with the soft tyres to try and regain that track position he lost in the first one. Ahead of him, it is Jonathan Mills in the Honda on medium tyres, saving his softs for race number 3. Someone not saving their softs for race 3 is Ian Henwood, as he looks to try and get some points over Adrian Tishy in the championship fight. He lines up in 16th position, just behind the reigning champion, Adam Richardson there, on the medium tyres for this race. Jackson Turner in another one of the Hondas. He's on softs for this race after his teammate used their soft in race number 1, Thomas Pierpont. Not the most successful race for him. Ahead of Turner on the grid, we see Morgan Hitchings on the hard tyres for DS. Then it is Dimitri Sotirakis also on the hard tyres. Just outside of the top 10 on the starting grid, it is the Toyota of Albert Asante in a very similar livery to his championship leading teammate, but crucially a little bit different, so hopefully you can tell the two apart. Albert's on the mediums. Just inside the top 10 is Scott Sandever on the soft compound tyres, looking to try and get a lot of points over Adrian Tishy. Ahead of Sandever is Seb Mills on hards, and then we see the championship leader Adrian Tishy on mediums, starting in 8th position just behind Thomas Pierpont, also on the medium compound tyre. Ahead of them in the top 6 we have Leo Bonnet there for Alfa Romeo, looking to try and back up what has been a strong event so far for the Alfa Romeo manufacturer. Just ahead of him, another driver on soft, it is Jordan Fingal, and then another Alfa Romeo on soft compound tyres. Carlo Durante lines up in the 4th position, with the top 3 all using their softs in race number 1. Ben Driscoll is 3rd on the hard compound tyres. Starting 2nd on the front row of the grid, it is another Alfa Romeo. This time it is Dylan Varstenberg on the medium tyres, but on pole position for this race, just like in race number 1, it's the winner Matthew Lilly, this time going with the hard compound tyres. The drivers are ready then, the lights are coming on and the revs rise. We are racing here in Autopolis and we're underway for race number 2. And it's a strong start as you'd expect from the 4-wheel drive Tesla and the 4-wheel drive Genesis. Looking to try and get into 2nd place there is Ben Driscoll on the inside of Dylan Varstenberg as they head into turn number 1. It's side by side for that 2nd position behind them. 2 free drivers all on soft tyres, make that 4 cars on soft tyres behind them there. Sandever in that mix as well as Fingal. You've got Carlo Durante, Leo Bonnet all in that fight now as Driscoll is having to defend from Carlo Durante going around the outside in the Alfa Romeo, trying to get that move done as quickly as possible. Next up him will be his teammate. Can he get down the inside immediately? No, he has to back out a little bit there. Early issues there for him. That's going to cost him a little bit of time as we see another Alfa Romeo making a pass here. Leo Bonnet to the outside. That'll become the inside as we head into the hairpin. Can he get to the inside of Driscoll? No, but he does maintain that position on the inside of Jordan Fingal. As they come off the corner though, Fingal with a brilliant exit is going to drive alongside and possibly ahead of Ben Driscoll here as they head into the sweeping S's now. He's got the inside line on those soft tyres. He will have the grip and he forces the Genesis out wide, and that's going to let the other Genesis through, Scott Sandever, who is on the move here, already up into 5th place from 10th on the grid. A crucial race for him and his title hopes. As we see Durante is on the back of 2nd place It is Tesla, Alpha, Alpha, Tesla, and then 2 Genesis cars in at the top 6 at the moment there. And you can see the top 3 staying pretty close there. There's a little bit of a wide moment from Durante. Could leave him vulnerable coming off of the final corner here. He has to carry a bit less speed through there because of how close that Tesla was. And as they come down the main straight now, it is Lilly ahead of Vostenberg, Durante side by side with Jordan Fingal, with Scott Sandever right in that battle as well as we head down towards turn number 1 for the second time today. It is side by side for that third position. Durante is going to hold on to it though as they go onto the brakes and now to the outside. Will go Scott Sandever. He goes around the outside of Fingal. Will he get a good enough exit here? He's going to go around the outside of Carlo Durante. Two for the price of 1. That is a needed move for the Genesis driver as he heads towards the back of Dylan Vostenberg into the next corner. Can he make another overtake here? Crucially, he's not quite able to get the overlap on the Alfa Romeo. He has to sit in behind in third place for now. He is one of the drivers who have 2 wins already this season. Nobody has got 3 wins yet this season. Could Scott Sandever be the first to do it? He was the first to get 2, so logically it would make sense he'd be the first to get 3. But who knows here, he's on the back of Vostenberg, and there are plenty of other winners in this field already that are near the front of this one at the moment. Jordan Fingal, another 2 race winner this season as well, and he's only down in 5th place still. Of course, Tesla won race number 1. Can they go back to back? That would be quite the result, as Tesla have really been on the up and up in recent events here. As we see the Tesla of Matthew Lilly leading this race ahead of Dylan Vostenberg, Scott Sandever, and then you have the Alfa Romeo of Durante. Then it's Jordan Fingal, Leo Bonnet behind them as they head towards the final corner. Again, Vostenberg having a little bit of a look to the inside, not quite able to make the move there as we've got side by side. That is Durante and Fingal wheel to wheel, and actually Durante getting very close to the back of Scott Sandever as they head on to the main straight, but not quite able to carry momentum off of the corner there. As they head towards turn number 1, it is going to be Sandever still the top car on soft tyres, but can he get past either of these top 2 drivers? Dylan on the mediums, Matthew Lilly on the hards here are proving to be quite tricky to pass. Now, can Sandever make anything happen in turn number 1? He's close, and actually Vostenberg makes a small mistake there. He's going to drop wide, and that is going to allow Scott Sandever the inside line there. Meanwhile, the 2 Alfa Romeos are battling behind there. Leo Bonnet making a bit of a charge against his teammate. 3 Alfa Romeos all with each other on the racetrack here. As we see Scott Sandever is looking at the lead of the race. He will get to the inside as they're 3 wide behind. The 3 Alfa Romeos battling it out, and this is some brilliant racing up at the front. Scott Sandever will take the lead away. Matthew Lilly drops into 2nd position now, but will he stay there long? As immediately you can see Leo Bonnet is on the attack and down the inside in his Alfa Romeo. He gets up in 2nd position. Carlo Durante drops back again here, losing out some ground as he is still stuck behind the Tesla at the moment. And now Jackson Turner from way down the grid in 14th position. He's getting involved in this fight as well on those soft tyres. He's made his way up, and whilst these drivers have been stuck, he has been making the moves he needs to make, and can he make another here? He's got to the outside of Carlo Durante. That'll become the inside as they head towards the hairpin once more. And can he out-drag that Alfa Romeo? Can he outbrake the Tesla ahead of him? That would be crucial and a massive moment for him in this race, and he does get that move done. Carlo Durante is looking a little bit stuck here, as again, Matthew Lilly is going to fend off the Alfa Romeo, as behind there, another Tesla and Alfa getting stuck in battle. These cars seem to be finding it hard to overtake each other, at least some of them are. Scott Sandever leads us on lap number 4 of 10 ahead of Leo Bonnet. Jackson Turner into 3rd place, all 3 soft runners in the top 3 at the moment. Then we see it's Matthew Lilly in 4th place, have another soft runner in Carlo Durante. Dylan Vostenberg on the mediums. Look at the send from Carlo Durante. What a move down the inside of turn number 1. You could tell he had run out of patience there. He gets it done finally up into 4th place now. Top 4 are all soft tyre runners now. Next up is Jordan Fingal, currently running in that 6th position, but right on the tail of his teammate. Will he make any moves here through this part of the lap? It's a part of the track where the tyres mean most, and you can see the difference there in the soft tyre grip. But look at Matthew squeezing his teammate right onto the apex. They're going to remain side by side through here now. Matthew Lilly with the inside now for the hairpin, but will the grip of those soft tyres be just too much? They will indeed. It is going to be Jordan Fingal going all the way around the outside, and he will take that position away from Matthew Lilly as they come out of the hairpin now and back up into the S's. Ian Henwood, one of the drivers on soft tyres in this one, as is Aston Lewis. He is making his way up the order. He's on the back of Dylan Vostenberg now. Matthew Lilly and Dylan Varstenberg, the top two on the starting grid, are staying together in this race, it seems, with Ian Henwood right on their tail as we head towards the final corner of lap number 4. We are yet to be halfway through the race as Varstenberg looks for the move, heading in to the hairpin, but he's not quite able to make it happen there, as Ian Henwood now will have to try and set up the move as they head down the straight. Aston Lewis has used this battle to gain up a lot of time on his rivals. He could get in the mix as well as we get down towards turn number 1 now. It is Varstenberg side by side with Henwood. Aston Lewis right in behind them. Can he get on the brakes here late enough to get involved? As we see another attempt at the move from Varstenberg, but he slides through the first corner. And in fact, that was actually quite a good defensive move. Oh, off in the gravel. That is Thomas Pierpont. He's managed to keep it going, though, unlike Aston in race number 1. He's kept some momentum through the gravel there, and it looks like he is going to maintain a somewhat decent position here. As Varstenberg with a squeeze across the nose of Aston Lewis. Isn't quite able to get that gap close in time, though, because Lewis is to his outside now through this double left-hander and towards the hairpin. Aston Lewis is up into 7th place. Can he take 6th away now? Will he go to the inside of the hairpin? The DS is a small car, but he certainly made its presence known there in the hairpin. He gets the move done on the Tesla as they power out of there now. It is now an all soft tyre top 6. The only soft tyre runner not in this leading 7 is now Ian Henwood, who sits in the 9th position on the tail of Dylan Varstenberg as they head up through the S's and towards the final corner once again. We are yet to get halfway through this race yet, and we are seeing some brilliant action so far in this one. Henwood putting the pressure on the Alfa Romeo. The Ford at times this season has been very, very quick, but it seems over the last couple of events it has not quite had that raw speed that it had at other stages of the season. Albert Asante currently sitting behind them in 10th place. Remember, the top 10 on the grid the top 10 in this race results will make up the grid for race number 3, but they will be reversed. So the driver that finishes this race in 10th place will start on pole position for race number 3. And that could prove crucial in this title race. As you can see now, Matthew Lilley still fending off Dylan Varstenberg into turn 1. That's going to be a send from Ian Henwood. Can he get the move done this time? They're going to be side by side through turn number 1 now. Albert Asante behind them on the mediums, using this to try and gain a bit of time on some of his rivals here, as Pierpont still in that 11th position for now. Adrian Tisci not challenging the top 10 at the moment. Despite saying it's off to race 3, it's not going all his way at the moment in this event, as Henwood does now get the move done on Matthew Lilley. The top 7 drivers in this race are all soft runners now, and you can see Albert Asante in that Toyota trying to find some grip to find his way past Matthew Lilley. He's got the move done on Varstenberg, but can he make the pass happen now on the Tesla as well here? Of course, Matthew Lilley started race 1 on pole position, won that race, which gave him pole for race number 2. At the moment, running in the 8th position. If he were to finish 10th here, he would be on pole for race number 3, and that is something we have never seen before, which would certainly spice things up a little bit. That would be certainly a record that I wasn't expecting to see set in this event, but one that certainly Matthew Lilley will be happy with. Getting pole for all 3 races would not be bad for him, but for now at least he sits in that 8th position. He's got 2 places behind him as look at the send from Henwood straight down the inside of turn number 1. A lovely manoeuvre there from the Canadian driver. He gets up into 6th place. He knows he's on those soft tyres. His main title rival is not. He needs to get these moves done as quickly as possible now, as he tries to gain any point he can over Adrian Tisci. As now we see Albert Asante on the back of Matthew Lilley, Dylan Varstenberg in this fight as well. These will probably be the drivers making up the first couple of rows in race number 3. And look, a bumper to the back of Matthew Lilley from Albert Asante. He is not shy at all, is he? As he comes out of the first corner and will have the inside line as they head towards the second braking zone of the lap. Dylan Varstenberg trying to get involved here as Albert Asante has got that move done. Now Varstenberg looking to the inside. Can he take that 9th place away? And he will get alongside. Will it be enough though? Mediums versus hards. Both of these drivers carrying a lot of success ballast now as they head into double left-hander all the way around the outside. It is Varstenberg up in to 9th place. Matthew Lilley, as things stand, could be on for a historic 3rd pole in 3 races here. That is something we have never seen before, but Thomas Pierpont, despite that mistake earlier, isn't too far behind him at the moment, as now we see Scott Sandever in 1st position. Leo Bonnet has stayed on his tail for this one, but he hasn't quite been quick enough to get the move done as they head into the final corner for the final time now. It is going to be Scott Sandever who is going to beat Leo Bonnet to 3 wins in Season 2. The first driver to do it, the first driver to get 2 wins this season, it was Scott Sandever. The first to get 3, well, it's going to be Scott Sandever as well. Scott Sandever wins race number 2 here at Autopolis. Leo Bonnet, another 2-time winner of the season, not quite able to take that 3rd win today. Jackson Turner, yet another 2-time winner in this season, also unable to be the first to 3 there. He comes home in 3rd position though, as we see Ian Henwood in this title race coming home in 6th place does get some points over his main rivals. So the official results then have Scott Sandever with a very important win in race number 2 here. That keeps him somewhat in this title fight, as well as, of course, Ian Henwood and Adrian Tishy. Those 3 are really seeming to be the big 3 at the moment now. Leo Bonnet in 2nd place, Jackson Turner in 3rd for Honda. Then it's Carlo Durante in 4th ahead of Jordan Fingal. Ian Henwood in 6th place there, as we mentioned, with Aston Lewis just in behind him. Albert Asante is the top Toyota in this race on those medium tyres, also the highest driver for race 3 that will have soft tyres. He is in a very strong position heading in to that one, as he will line up 3rd. Our front row, of course, for race number 3, in 2nd place it'll be Dylan Valstenberg, but taking 10th in this race, and therefore pole for race number 3, it is Matthew Lilley in that Tesla. Nobody's ever done that before. Matthew Lilley will start all 3 races here at Autopolis on pole position. Just missing out on that reverse grid pole, Thomas Pierpont in 11th, Seb Mills in 12th place, 2nd highest soft runner starter for race number 3. Behind him, Adrian Tishy and Adam Richardson, with Dimitri Sotirakis rounding out the points. Behind them, just missing out on points, Morgan Hitchings, Ben Driscoll, Elmarie Sarlo, and Jonathan Mills, but almost all of those have soft tyres to use for race number 3, so expect to see them get plenty of screen time in the final race of the event. So after that one, the championship lead is down to 18 points. Adrian Tishy over Scott Sandever, 25 points off the lead is Ian Henwood there. Then it's a 10-point jump back to Aston Lewis in 4th place. But crucially, out of the top 5 drivers in the championship, out of the top 8 drivers in the championship, the only one yet to use their soft tyres in this event is the championship leader Adrian Tishy, which with just 3 more races left after the next one, he will be in a very strong position, assuming that all goes well in race number 3. We've seen in the past things haven't necessarily gone his way. He's going to have some plenty of overtaking to make, and we've seen some incidents already in this one. If he can keep it out the gravel and keep it on the grey stuff, he should be in a strong position as we head to the finale in Interlagos. But we never know what might happen. For all we know, he may not even qualify for the finale, which would be a huge moment in this season. But certainly not an entirely unexpected one. We have seen the likes of Scott Sandever miss races this season. The same for Ian Henwood. He is really, in Adrian Tishy, the only title contender not to have missed races yet this season. Will it happen in Interlagos? Can he continue this performance? Who knows what will happen in the future, but 18 points separate the top 2 at the moment, and more drivers are knocked out of this title fight. With just 80 points on offer, just 15 drivers remain mathematically in the fight, so from here on out, it is going to be interesting. Who can take this championship all the way to the final race of the season? Can anyone, or is Adrian Tishy in the absolute perfect position? We'll have to wait and see. Join us in a couple of days' time on Thursday for race 3 here at Autopolis, where we get to find out how big of a lead, if any lead at all, for Adrian Tishy heading in to the final event in Interlagos. But with an 18-point lead at the moment and soft tyres for race number 3, it's looking good for the Canadian. Thank you very much for watching then this race in Simulated TC. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, goodbye.